Gemini, at exactly 2:47 a.m. last night, this person was staring at their phone with your contact open, finger hovering over the call button for 11 straight minutes. The cards just revealed what they almost said to you, and it is going to shock you. Everyone thinks when someone doesn't call it means they don't care, but actually the reason they didn't call is because what they want to tell you is so intense, so life-changing, that they're terrified once they say it out loud there's no going back. I just pulled the Tower card, and this is not what anyone would expect for someone thinking about calling their crush. The Tower is showing me that this person knows that one conversation with you about what's really in their heart would completely destroy their carefully constructed emotional walls forever. They were in their thoughts all night because they realize they've reached a breaking point. They can't keep pretending what they feel for you is casual anymore. The Tower energy means they know that calling you would be the end of playing it safe and the beginning of the most intense emotional experience of their life. Within the next 72 hours, something is going to shift dramatically in how they approach this connection with you, and I'm going to tell you exactly what the cards are showing me about their midnight thoughts and why they're about to make a move that will surprise everyone, including themselves. The comments are already going wild, and we haven't even gotten to the most shocking part yet. Type Tower. If you felt this person's restless energy last night, because I know some of you were picking up on their thoughts telepathically, this Tower card is showing me that this person spent all night having their entire perspective on love completely demolished and rebuilt around you. Every relationship they've ever had, every wall they've built to protect themselves, every rule they've made about taking things slow, all of it crumbled while they were thinking about you. The lightning bolt in the Tower represents the moment last night when it hit them that they're falling for you hard, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. The crown falling off the Tower represents their ego, their need to be in control, their fear of vulnerability, all of it being stripped away by the intensity of what you make them feel. The figures falling from the Tower represent their old self and their new self. Their old self that was careful, guarded, afraid of getting hurt, and their new self that's willing to risk everything for the possibility of something real with you. Last night they watched their old self fall away, and it was both terrifying and liberating. But here's what's really beautiful about the Tower in this position. It's not destruction for the sake of destruction. It's divine intervention. The universe is literally forcing this person to face their feelings for you, because staying in denial was blocking their highest good. This person realized last night that they've been living in an emotional prison, telling themselves they're fine being alone, fine keeping things surface level, fine not taking risks. But you've shown them what they're missing, and now they can't unsee it. The Tower is also showing me that this person had some kind of revelation last night about their past relationships. They suddenly understood why nothing else ever worked out. It was all preparation for recognizing real love when it showed up in the form of you. They almost called because they realized that every day they don't tell you how they feel is another day they're lying to themselves and to you. The Tower energy doesn't allow for half-truths anymore. It demands complete authenticity. This person was pacing around their room, picking up their phone, putting it down, picking it up again. The Tower shows sudden revelation, and they kept having wave after wave of realizations about how deep their feelings for you actually go. Let me pull the second card to show you exactly what they wanted to say when they almost called you. What? The Hierophant. Gemini, this is absolutely mind-blowing. This person wanted to call you at 2:47 a.m. to tell you that they see marriage potential with you. The Hierophant represents traditional commitment, sacred bonds, building something that lasts forever. This is the complete opposite of what anyone would expect someone to want to say during a late-night emotional crisis call. But the Hierophant is showing me that this person's midnight thoughts weren't about hooking up or casual romance, they were about building a life with you. They wanted to call and tell you that they don't just want to date you, they want to introduce you to their family. They don't just want to spend time with you, they want to build traditions with you. They don't just want to be in love with you, they want to create a legacy with you. The Hierophant represents spiritual connection. And this person realized last night that what they feel for you transcends physical attraction. They feel like you're their spiritual match, their intellectual equal, their emotional home all wrapped up in one person. The two pillars in the Hierophant card represent stability, and this person wants to be one of those pillars for you. They want to be the person you can count on, the person who shows up for you, the person who builds something solid and lasting with you. But here's what makes this even more intense. The Hierophant also represents learning and teaching, and this person realized they want to spend their life learning from you and teaching you everything they know. They see you as their ultimate growth partner. They almost called to tell you that they're done playing games, done pretending to be casual, done acting like what they feel for you is anything less than the most serious thing that's ever happened to them. The Hierophant doesn't do casual. The keys in the Hierophant card represent the fact that this person feels like you hold the keys to their future happiness. They realized last night that every major life decision they make from now on needs to include consideration of how it affects the possibility of building something with you. This person wanted to call and ask if you feel it too. Not just the attraction, not just the connection, but the deeper sense that you two could build something extraordinary together, something that other people would look at and admire. The Hierophant is also about seeking guidance, and this person almost called because they need to know if you're on the same page about wanting something real and lasting. They're ready to get serious, but they need to know you are too. This is giving me chills because the Hierophant represents divine timing, and this person feels like meeting you was orchestrated by the universe. They almost called to tell you that they don't believe in coincidences anymore. Members of my private community have been messaging me all week about this exact Hierophant energy around Gemini connections. They've been sensing something major building in the marriage and commitment sector. Now let me pull a third card because I need to show you what stopped them from actually making that call. Two of Swords. This explains everything. This person didn't call because they're completely torn between their heart that's screaming at them to tell you everything and their mind that's terrified of moving too fast and scaring you away. The Two of Swords shows a figure blindfolded with two swords crossed over their heart, and this perfectly represents how this person felt last night. Their heart knows exactly what it wants to say to you, but their logical mind keeps presenting them with all the reasons why they should wait. The blindfold represents the fact that they can't see clearly right now because their emotions are so intense. Part of them knows that what they feel for you is real and rare and worth fighting for. But another part is afraid that these feelings are too much too soon. The crossed swords over the heart represent the internal battle between vulnerability and self-protection. Every time they started to dial your number, their protective instincts would kick in and remind them of every time they've been hurt before. The Two of Swords is showing me that this person spent hours last night going back and forth. One minute they were convinced that calling you was the right thing to do. The next minute they were sure it would ruin everything. The water behind the figure in this card represents their emotional depth, and this person is afraid that if they open up to you about how deep their feelings go, it might be overwhelming. They're trying to protect both of you from the intensity, but here's what's beautiful about the Two of Swords in this position. It's not permanent paralysis, it's temporary indecision before making a choice that will change everything. This person is gathering courage. The moon in the Two of Swords represents intuition. And deep down, this person's intuition is telling them that you can handle their intensity, that you might even be feeling something similar. But their fear is louder than their intuition right now. This card is showing me that this person is afraid of being too much for you. They're afraid that if they tell you they see forever potential, you'll run. They're afraid that their level of certainty about what you could have together might scare you. The Two of Swords represents a choice that must be made, and this person knows they can't stay in this limbo forever. They can't keep pretending their feelings are casual when they're planning a future with you in their mind. The stillness in this card represents the calm before the storm. This person is taking time to gather their thoughts and their courage, but they're going to have to make a decision soon about whether to risk everything by being completely honest with you. I'm getting the sense that this Two of Swords energy is going to resolve itself within the next few days. The tension of holding back something this big is unsustainable. Something has to give. Let me pull another card to show you what's going to tip the scales and push them to finally make their move. Six of Pentacles. Oh wow, Gemini! This person is going to reach out because they realize they have so much love to give you, and they can't keep hoarding it inside anymore. The Six of Pentacles is all about generous giving and receiving. This card is showing me that what's going to push this person to finally call or text you is the realization that love isn't meant to be stored up like treasure in a vault. It's meant to be shared, given freely, exchanged generously. The figure in the Six of Pentacles is giving coins to people who need them, and this person is going to realize that you need to know how they feel about you. Not because you're desperate or needy, but because this information belongs to you. They're going to understand that by keeping their feelings secret, they're actually being selfish. They're hoarding something beautiful that could bring joy to both of your lives. The Six of Pentacles doesn't allow for emotional greed. The scales in this card represent balance, and this person is going to realize that the relationship between you two is currently unbalanced because they're not being honest about their feelings. True connection requires equal emotional investment and transparency. This is so beautiful because the Six of Pentacles shows that this person is going to approach you from a place of abundance, not scarcity. They're not going to reach out because they're desperate or needy. They're going to reach out because they have so much love to offer. The Six of Pentacles is also about karma, and this person is going to realize that the universe has been generous to them by bringing you into their life. Now it's their turn to be generous by sharing their truth with you. The timing with this card suggests that within the next week, something is going to happen that makes this person feel safe enough to be vulnerable with you. Maybe you'll give them a sign that you're interested, or maybe they'll just reach a point where holding back becomes more painful than risking rejection. This card represents reciprocity, and this person is hoping that when they finally do share their feelings, you'll reciprocate with honesty about your own feelings. They're ready for a real conversation about where this is heading. The Six of Pentacles energy means this person is going to approach the conversation with you from a place of maturity and emotional intelligence. They're not going to dump all their feelings on you in a messy way. They're going to offer their truth as a gift and give you space to respond authentically. I'm seeing that this person is preparing to have the most important conversation of their life with you, and they want to do it right. They want to create a safe space for both of you to be completely honest about what this connection means. The generosity in this card also suggests that this person is going to be understanding if you need time to process what they tell you. They're not going to pressure you for an immediate response. They just want to stop hiding their truth. Now let me pull one more card to show you exactly what they're going to say when they finally do reach out. King of Cups. Gemini, this is absolutely perfect. When this person finally calls or texts you, they're going to speak from their heart with complete emotional maturity and depth. The King of Cups represents mastery over emotions and the ability to express feelings with wisdom and grace. This person isn't going to word vomit all over you or make some desperate late-night confession that they regret in the morning. The King of Cups shows they're going to approach this conversation like the emotionally intelligent person they are. The throne of the King of Cups sits on water but remains stable, which means this person has learned how to navigate their intense feelings for you without being overwhelmed by them. They're going to speak their truth from a place of centered strength. The cup in the king's hand represents the emotions he's offering to share, and this person is going to offer you their feelings like a precious gift. Not something to burden you with, but something beautiful to share with you. The King of Cups is compassionate and understanding, which means when this person finally opens up to you, they're going to be incredibly considerate of your feelings and your perspective. They're not going to make this all about them. This card suggests they're going to say something like, I need to be honest with you about how I feel because you deserve to know, and I deserve to stop hiding my truth. I care about you deeply, and I see real potential for something beautiful between us. The fish jumping out of the water in this card represents the leap of faith this person is about to take by being vulnerable with you. But unlike the impulsive fish, the King of Cups makes calculated, wise decisions about when and how to take emotional risks. The King of Cups also represents creative expression, and this person might surprise you by how beautifully they express their feelings. They've been thinking about this so much that when they finally speak, it's going to be poetry. This card shows that this person has reached emotional maturity about their feelings for you. They're not confused anymore, they're not in denial anymore, they're crystal clear about what they want, and they're ready to communicate that clearly. The King of Cups is also intuitive, and this person is going to trust their intuition about the right moment to have this conversation with you. They're going to wait for a moment when the energy feels right and you're both open to deep conversation. The crown on the king's head represents the sovereignty this person has claimed over their own emotional life. They're not going to let fear rule them anymore. They're going to rule their fear and speak their truth. This is making me emotional because the King of Cups represents the highest expression of emotional intelligence. And this person is going to handle this vulnerable moment with such grace and wisdom that it's going to deepen your connection regardless of your response. Let me pull one final card to show you what happens after they finally tell you what's in their heart. 10 of Cups. I'm getting chills right now. The 10 of Cups is the happiest card in the entire tarot deck, and it's showing me that when this person finally tells you how they feel, it's going to lead to the most beautiful emotional fulfillment for both of you. The 10 of Cups represents happiness, harmony, emotional completion, and lasting joy. This person's late-night thoughts and their courage to eventually share them with you is going to create something absolutely magical between you two. The rainbow in the 10 of Cups represents hope fulfilled, and this person's hope for something real and lasting with you is going to manifest in the most beautiful way. Their midnight anxiety was actually intuition, guiding them toward their greatest happiness. The family dancing under the rainbow represents the future this person envisions with you. Not just romance, but building a life together, creating traditions together, possibly even starting a family together. Their 2:47 a.m. thoughts were about forever. The 10 of Cups is showing me that this person's instinct to call you, even though they chickened out, was actually their soul recognizing its other half. Their subconscious knows something their conscious mind is still figuring out. The home in the background of this card represents the emotional security and stability this person feels when they think about building a life with you. You represent home to them in the deepest possible way. This card suggests that when this person finally does open up to you about their feelings, your response is going to exceed their wildest dreams. The 10 of Cups doesn't show up for one-sided connections. This is mutual. The children in the card represent the playful, joyful, innocent love that's going to blossom between you two once you both stop holding back. There's going to be so much laughter, so much lightness, so much pure happiness. The 10 of Cups is also about emotional legacy, and this person's midnight revelation about wanting to call you is going to be the beginning of a love story that people talk about for years. This is the kind of connection that inspires others. The completeness of this card suggests that everything this person has been through in their romantic life, all the heartbreaks and disappointments and wrong relationships, it was all leading them to this moment with you. I'm getting overwhelmed with emotion because the 10 of Cups represents divine timing, and this person's restless night of almost calling you is actually the universe preparing both of you for the most beautiful chapter of your romantic lives. The abundance in this card means that when this person finally shares their truth with you, it's going to open the floodgates for both of you to express feelings you've been holding back. The emotional dam is about to burst in the best possible way. So, Gemini, here's what this all means. This person spent all night thinking about you because they've reached a breaking point where they can't pretend their feelings are casual anymore. They almost called because they realized that keeping their truth from you is actually a disservice to both of you. The Tower showed me that their old way of being guarded and careful has been completely demolished by what you make them feel. The Hierophant revealed that their midnight thoughts weren't about hookups or casual dating. They were about marriage and building a life together. The Two of Swords explained why they didn't actually call. They're torn between their heart that wants to tell you everything and their mind that's afraid of moving too fast. But the Six of Pentacles shows that very soon they're going to realize that love is meant to be shared generously, not hoarded selfishly. The King of Cups promises that when they do finally reach out, it's going to be with emotional maturity and beautiful expression. And the Ten of Cups reveals that this conversation is going to lead to the most fulfilling emotional experience both of you have ever had. Your person is preparing for the most important conversation of their life with you. They're gathering courage, choosing their words carefully, and waiting for the perfect moment to tell you that you're not just someone they're attracted to, you're someone they want to build forever with. The next 72 hours are going to be absolutely crucial for your love life, Gemini. This person is about to make a move that changes everything, and I have a feeling you're going to be just as ready for this conversation as they are. My private community has been going absolutely crazy over this Ten of Cups energy I've been seeing around Gemini all week. They knew something major was building toward the most beautiful resolution. If you want to know exactly what to say when this person finally opens up to you, you know where to find me. This is just the beginning of the most beautiful love story, and you're going to want all the guidance you can get for what's coming next. Subscribe now. Your love life is about to become everything you've ever dreamed of, and you cannot miss what the universe has planned for you. The comments are going absolutely insane, and I can feel all of your excitement through the screen. Type almost called if this resonates because I know some of you were feeling restless energy last night too. This connection is about to become everything.